Hey Nantucket, it's Grant from the Nantucket Owner's Manual, and today we're going to talk about 5 things you may not know about affordable housing. All right? Number 1, affordable housing does not necessarily mean housing you can afford. On Nantucket, there are a lot of people who need housing that they can afford, but when the town or housing advocates talk about affordable housing, they are really talking about housing that people in certain income brackets can afford. That's because what constitutes affordable housing is defined by the federal agency Housing and Urban Development based on income requirements. You need to be making between 50% and 150% of the median household income on the island, which is currently anywhere between roughly $41,000 and $213,000, depending upon how many people you have in your household. A single person who makes more than $128,700 is not eligible for affordable housing, and a couple that makes more than $147,000 isn't either. Right now, there are no programs or very few programs for people who make more than 150% of the median household income, aside from some pretty good mortgage programs from local banks. Number 2. We continue to lose year-round houses. According to Housing Nantucket, the number of owner-occupied year-round homes has decreased by 5.5% since the year 2000. That's 640 homes. And the number of year-round rentals has dropped as well. Some estimate that we are losing a year-round home owned or rented every 5.5 days. Although the recent spike in sales may have accelerated this trend as wealthy buyers purchased their Nantucket homes during the COVID crisis. On top of that, census figures say our year-round population has grown by over 2,000 people during that time, and some estimates peg that number at closer to 8,000 people. Clearly, a shrinking household inventory and a ballooning population are not sustainable. Number 3, we are winning the battle, but maybe not the war. Many people both inside and outside town government are concerned with solving the problem of 40B developments because they disrupt our neighborhoods. The state says we can deny 40B permits if we have enough inventory, 10% of year-round homes, on the SHI list, the Subsidized Housing Inventory List, that will allow us to remain in what is known as safe harbor. And that's a good goal, but it may have the unintended consequence of making the housing crisis worse. That's because our ability to meet safe harbor is aided by the loss of year-round homes, as we talked about before. By making safe harbor the goal without addressing the growth of seasonal homes and the growth of population, we can actually end up with an island that has fewer affordable homes per capita than before. Number 4, homeownership is not necessarily the holy grail. Once islanders own a home, their problems are not necessarily over. According to Housing Nantucket, 55% of homeowners live in a situation where they spend over 30% of their income on housing, some a lot more than 30%, which classifies them as housing cost burdened. People in this category commonly have problems paying for other necessities like food, heat, and more. An unexpected sickness, equipment failure, joblessness, or downturn in the economy can have a dramatic impact on their ability to remain in their home. There's very little wiggle room. Look at the numbers. Let's say someone is lucky enough, lucky in quotes, to buy a home for $1.5 million, below the current median price, and has $100,000 to put down, which blows my mind because who has $100,000 just lying around? That still means they have a monthly mortgage payment of $6,600 a month or $79,000 a year for 30 years. That means they need a household income of $263,000 just to stay afloat, feed themselves, and save for the future. No wonder so many people are renting out their homes seasonally to make ends meet. Number 5, despite what you heard at town meeting, short-term rentals do have an impact on affordable housing. First, according to Housing Nantucket, the trend is that year-round housing is being converted to seasonal vacation use. We don't know what the percentage of these sales are ending up as short-term rentals. It's likely a mix of owner-occupied vacation homes and rental investment properties. But it's happening. And here's the thing. The increase in short-term rentals and owner-occupied vacation homes requires an increase in people to service these homes. Cleaners, landscapers, pool maintenance, police, fire. Where these people are living is really the issue. Many cram into substandard, unsafe situations. So short-term rentals are taking away year-round housing on the one hand, but adding people to the population on the other. This year it came to a head with labor shortages due to lack of places for people to stay. The solutions are not easy to come by. Capping or restricting rentals is very difficult politically, with many stakeholders who are making a whole lot of money pushing back. It's kind of a mess, but we need to figure this one out. Anyway, I hope that helps you get a handle on affordable housing. Very soon I'll publish some solutions that we might want to think about. Thank you for watching. And as always, please click on like and subscribe. And if you like what you see, you might also want to consider supporting us on Patreon or visiting us at nantucketownersmanual.com. Anyway, thanks again for watching. We'll see you soon. See you in the backyard.